ladies and gents, and welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel and another stream. Today we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and we are going to be flying the FlyByWire A380. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome all of you to this live stream. We have with us Joe Bokelman. Thank you very much for your support, and welcome to the captain's group here on the channel. We have Flight Hill, welcome aboard, my friend. Boeing Corp Mike, welcome aboard, and thank you very much for your support, sir. Ryan, welcome aboard. GXGX, we have Gulman. Shabir, welcome aboard, my friend. Cherry Aviation, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us this evening. So, I'm going to be covering the installation in case you'd like to try out the fly-by-wire in MSFS 2024 by the end of the stream, and along the way I will tell you some of the things that you should not do, as this is a unofficial version of the aircraft for the sim. It still works. This is the development branch of so this is not the stable version, and you could expect anything, including crashes to desktop and things like that. But nonetheless, the A380 is such an iconic aircraft, and I couldn't resist but to load it up in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 to take yet another look at the new sim. And this time we're going to be flying from Melbourne to Sydney in Australia. Let me remove the counter there so you guys have the full screen. There you go. Hello there, Alex. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. All right, so first thing first, as we normally do, is our flight plan. The flight plan today, as you can see, we are Qantas Flight 501, service from Melbourne to Sydney. We're departing runway 34 through the Dorsal 1 departure, arriving into Sydney, runway 34 left through the Rivet 4 arrival. We are going to be cruising at a final cruise altitude of 39,000 feet today, and the approximate flight time is about 50 minutes. Should be fun, so stick around and let's get things prepared for our flight. Right, in the flight deck, as you can see, the guys over at FlyByWire have done a remarkable job modeling this aircraft. The texturing is of the highest order in this aircraft, and the performance in Flight Sim 2024 is much, much better than 2020. So definitely the sim is far more optimized than its predecessor, and makes a lot better use of your system resources. Flyberry, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Good afternoon to you, my friend. All right, so first thing first, we're going to bring up the electronic flight bag here and download our SimBrief data. So we're going to click here to download the SimBrief information. As you can see, we have the fuel and payload imported. Next, we're going to go to the ground services, if we can. And I have set everything here to instant. As you can see, they have the aircraft loaded. And next, we're going to go to the fuel, and we're going to do the same thing here for the fuel. Now, one quick thing on the fuel. The reason I've added a lot more fuel than needed is because the A380, in the sim at least, is very difficult to steer on the ground when it's got very light fuel. So I've added considerable amount of fuel. Just I do have this problem with the throttle. It keeps jumping. So yeah, so make sure that you add a little more fuel than needed, just so that you can. We are going to need SimBrief. So let me very quickly just go to SimBrief. There we go. We're going to need SimBrief for the calculation. So I'm just going to go to the dispatch system here, and then we can click on the takeoff performance. So let's view the flight plan, and we'll come to worry about this a little bit later. Okay, let's make sure that we have the ground power connected. All right, so the ground power is connected. Perfect. And next, we're going to now start powering up the aircraft. So there we go. Let's see here. All right. So first thing first, we are going to turn on the external power. Listen to those sounds. Battery switches. APU battery is on. And next, crew supply. We're going to move here and turn the gears 1, 2, and 3. And everything here is good. Let's go ahead and test the engine fire test here real quick. And next we're going to go to the strobe, to auto. Nav lights are on. And emergency lights armed. No smoking and seatbelt signs are both on since the aircraft is already refueled. And we're going to turn on the tanks. All right. Sorry about that. I'm just testing my Thrustmaster yoke, which has been acting very weird lately. And the NSS data to avionics switch is turned on. All right, so the overhead panel is all good now, and we can, let's brighten up the displays here a little bit for better visibility. There we go. And same thing down here. All right, perfect. And on the first officer side as well. There we go. Something is wrong. All right, that's better. Okay, so everything is good. We're going to change this to hectopascal for Australia. And everything here looks good. All right, so we can start prepping up the FMC. So we're going to scroll down here. And I love the texturing on the FlyByWire A380. They do exceptional work, really. Okay, so first thing first, we're going to go to the init page. We can request the company flight plan. There we go. The click spots are not always... uplink, insert in progress, received company flight plan, and insert. And we have all the information already here set for us. Excellent. Next, we can go to the flight plan. Okay, so where is our flight plan? What happened? That's strange. All right, let me go to init page and let's request the company plan again. Insert. Ah, there we go. All right, thank God. All right, looks like we are buffering. Hey Sam, how are you doing today? I've just one question. Do you know why every time I engage the autopilot on the Laminar A330-300XP it always disconnects itself even though there's no stall? Gee, I don't know. Are you guys getting any buffering on your side? I am just getting a message here. It's saying that, you know, that YouTube isn't receiving enough video. Are you guys having the issue? Looks great. Does it? Okay. Well, maybe it's just, maybe just my side. I don't know. Fine here. Seems fine. All good for me. All right. Perfect. Okay. Well, I will maybe refresh the page here. How do I do that? I'm not sure how I can refresh the page. All right. Well, if you guys are okay, then I'm still getting a message here, guys. Are you sure you're okay? Well, my glasses are a bit dirty, but it looks good. Hello there, Michael Allen. Welcome aboard. JJ Stevens, welcome aboard. All right. Well, we'll figure it out in a minute here. Hello from France. Welcome aboard, my friend. Okay, so let's go to the departure. The departure is out of runway 34 today, and the SID is the dorsal 1. There is no transition, and we're going to insert that. If you guys do get any buffering or encounter any issues, just let me know, and I will Maybe I need to stop and start my my streaming OBS. Just let me know. Okay, so everything here looks good. We're going to go to the arrival at Sydney. And we are going to... let's see here. Good afternoon, Raul Rodriguez. Welcome aboard. Hello there, Rick. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. All right, so we are going to enter the arrival. And the arrival is going to be runway 34 left. And the approach is the ILS runway 34 left via the Sausage arrival. And the arrival, we don't have the Rivet 4, so I will just select the Rivet 3 and insert that. And let's see if there are any discontinuities. So there is, we're going to delete, hang on. We're going to delete the manual here because we don't have ATC. And then we're going to delete, we're going to say insert, and then we're going to delete this discontinuity and insert. There we go. All right. Hello, Dougal McTavish. Welcome aboard, my friend. All right. No buffer on my side. Thank you very much, Michael Allen. Appreciate it, my friend. Okay, so everything here is fine. We are going to go now to the fuel and load, and we are going to take the information from... let's see here. We're going to take the information from our payload page. So let's click here, payload, and the zero fuel is 308. We'll round that up to 309. Okay, so 309. Excellent. Zero fuel weight center of gravity is 35.79, and we'll round that up to 36. There we go, 36. Excellent. And the block fuel is 100 tons. There we go. And all the information is populating here. Perfect, perfect. And now we can, it's a good time for us to start the APU. So we're going to click here. APU, we'll wait for the flap to open. H1P Peepo Critical. Welcome to Captain, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Right, let's start that. Excellent. And we'll wait for the APU. All right, so we can come back down here, and we're going to go now to the performance. Okay, so for the performance, first we're going to have this, grab this number, so 41 here for the THS, 41%, and we can get H1 Pro Critical just gifted 10 Q8 pilot memberships. Thank you very, very much for that. I appreciate it. And guys, please make sure that you say thank you if you've been given a gifted membership by our dear friend here. Thank you very much, H1P Pro Critical. Thank you. Appreciate it, my friend. Very, very generous of you. All right, so we are going to go to Takeoff Performance. And everything here is set, so we're just going to click here on Calculate. 34, 48, 54, 38, 48, and 54. Enter it. It's going to say takeoff speed's too low. I'm not sure why that is, but it keeps just giving you this message. I hope you guys are okay, because I'm still getting this error here on my display that YouTube isn't receiving enough data. So stream health says stream health is poor. So let me just check here real quick. It seems like everything's good here. The data is good here. Yeah. All right. Thank you again very much. I really, really appreciate your generosity there. Oh, another 10. Oh, gee, thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's very kind of you, sir. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. All right, so we have everything here set, and now the only thing remaining is we have the deers set as well. So we can come here to Navigraph charts and take a quick look at the weather information. And we can see that the QNH is 1014. Very, very nice. Thank you very much. Dropped frames in the last 60. Still 11 dropped frames in the last frame since. No problem. I see. Well, I think I can fix this. If you guys forgive me for what I'm going to do, I'm just going to very quickly end this stream and rerun it again. And hopefully that will fix things up. I'm very good, trainee pilot. Thank you very much for being here this. All right, we are back in business, ladies and gents. All right, this should be better now. Okay, so we have everything here set up, and the QNH is 1014. So thank you very, very much, critical for your generosity. All right, so we're going to set our altitude to 39,000 feet. Which is our cruise altitude. Right, there we go. And everything here is now set. Perfect. Okay, so if we look now, we are going to start this clock here and that clock. Frank James strikes again. Game keeps crashing. Really, I haven't really had any crash thus far with the 2024. I've had it on day one, but that's about it, really. I haven't had any problems with it in terms of crashing, at least. All right, so we can turn on the APU bleed, and now we can turn off the external power. There we go. And we can come here. Let's see. Everything here is good. We can come to the services. All right, we can remove the ground power. Right, no more ground power. And we are pretty much ready for engine start. Pushback and engine start. Okay, we are going to be departing runway 34 right, so it's on the other far end of the airport. And we are good to go. So we're going to come here and we are going to select pushback. There we go. Beacon lights coming on. And we are going to turn on the pushback system. Confirm. Call the tug. Parking brake is on. Right, so we'll wait for the tug to be connected. The tug is attached. So we can now disconnect the brakes. And we can start the pushback. Backwards. Why is it not pushing back? Parking brake is off. Push back. All right. There we go. Excellent. We need it a little bit faster than this. So let's see here. There we go, tug speed. And we're going to go left for the tug direction. Yep, that's where we want to go. Excellent. And we can now start our engines. Ignition start. And we're going to start engines 4 and 1 in one go. There we go. We're going to put this on perf. Check it out. '24 has been amazing for me. Great performance and super stable. Surprised people are having issues. Yes, it is very stable, I have to say. Much better than 2020. I have to say, I would have to agree with you there. There we go. Let's see if we can add the speed here a little bit. There we go. Look at the A380. Wow. All right, I think that's good. We can stop the, so we're gonna stop. And then we're gonna set the brakes. All right, I know this is, all right, let's see here. I need to keep setting those, yeah, I've had issues with this lever. Hopefully it will stop doing that once we are airborne. Okay. We can now detach the tug. It just wants to keep going. This aircraft wants to go. Oh, come on. Okay. All right, so we're starting engines 2 and 3 now. I thought the 380 was good enough. I think it is good enough. No? All right. So we don't need the tug. We can turn off the pushback system. Guys, look at this just beautiful looking aircraft. It's just absolutely gorgeous. All right, nose to taxi. And we'll just wait for the engines now to come online. And we are going to come to the serve. We're going to put this on auto. We'll put this here before we forget it. And then we're going to go back to FMS. Those are the reversers. See, setting up the sensitivity on these on this aircraft has been a real pain. All right, that one went to reverse. There we go. Okay. Now hopefully we're in business. All right. So all is looking good. We need to set the trim to 41%. So to do that, we can either do it here. Check out those really nice sounds. That's the flaps though. All right, 40 is set. And we're going to set flaps 1. Listen to the flap sounds there. Just absolutely gorgeous, guys. Gotta love it. Those sounds are really, really nice. All right. So everything is set here, guys, and we are ready to go. So we are going to come here, set this to our flight plan, and everything here is set. We are good to go. Now, one thing I've noticed is when you do the takeoff config check, it doesn't go away for some reason, but that's all right. We are going to release the parking brake. And the taxi lights are already on, so off we go. All right. Just really, really a beautiful looking aircraft. We're gonna go all the way to the far end there for runway 34. Now, one of the things to watch out for in this beta is do not start this aircraft on the runway because it simply just won't work. And brakes to RTO, config test. Yeah, that doesn't go. It always stays there for some reason. So do not start it on the runway. Always start the A380 right now on the tarmac with the engines off. Otherwise, you'll get undesirable behavior. The aircraft would load without the landing gears. So yeah, highly recommend that you always start it at the gate. And I will show you how to install the aircraft at the end of the stream. It's actually pretty simple, but I'll show you that just so that you are able to enjoy the aircraft if you so desire on Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Just a reminder, guys, it is not supported yet by FlyByWire. They will not be answering any questions regarding its operation in this sim, so just be aware of that. Look at those engines. The wing view is probably one of the nicest on the A380. I hope you're doing well, Q8 pilot. We'll never forget chatting with you at the hotel in Houston about rudder pedals. Hey, how are you doing, my friend? Hello, Renan de Oliveira. Welcome aboard, my friend. Zoom on ND. Lilo pilot. Zoom on the ND. Do you zoom on the ND? Actually, that doesn't work yet in this version. So if you do here, it says not available. So that doesn't work yet in this version. My hunch is that it will be supported a little later, but for right now, it's not. Once the aircraft is officially supported in MSFS 2024, then it will definitely show all the. Yeah, it's that one lever that keeps popping. So, yeah. Overall, though, the aircraft operates very well in this sim. I haven't had any performance issues for that matter. And on all the tests that I've done thus far, it has worked perfectly well. Look at this wing view, guys. Just lovely. All right. Again, the takeoff config test never checks for some reason. So, yeah, I mean, you can click it, but it doesn't really do anything. So that's one thing to watch out for as well. Now, the liveries will be installed individually as well. So you will not find it under the configure button. The aircraft, the base, the home livery will be alone, and each livery that you install will appear in the list of aircraft as a separate aircraft. So that's another thing that you'll notice. So you'll have to look for the livery that you want to fly. All right, so we are approaching runway 34, our departure runway, and things are looking pretty good. The clouds are looking very nice today. It was looking horrendous the other day when I was doing a test flight. Sometimes the clouds in 2024 look just really, really bad, and sometimes they look great. Today is one of the days that they look great. I think celebrating all of you fine people here on stream, and so they are looking good. Flight model 2024 are good. Yeah, it's much better than the previous version, for sure. I do not see a route on the ND. That's a bug as well. There is a route, so if we go to flight plan here, you can see it. It's just that we are in the opposite direction to the flight plan, so that's why you don't see it. Once we move here on the runway, you should be able to see that. So we are going to turn on our landing lights, nose lights on, strobes, and runway turn-off lights are all on, and we are ready for departure. You'll be able to see the route now. All right, here we go. And here is the magnificent A380. God, we waited so long for this aircraft, haven't we? Right, here we go. You have to really push on the rudders there to turn the aircraft. All right, let's line up. Reset my view. Right, let's start the clock. And off we go. 50%. And band flex, SRS and runway. Let's try to keep it on the center line here.
V1.
And rotation speed. Rotate. Gears going up. Oops. Look at that wing flex. Woo! Beautiful. Just gorgeous. All right, let's set the climb. Okay, thrust climb is set. Autopilot 1 engaged. What a departure. Hello, Gold. Greetings, my friend. No, it does not work on the stable version. So you have to go to the development version in order for it to work. Right. And flaps are going up. Arm speed brakes. How about this wing view, guys? Look at this, the cloud smoothing as you go through the clouds is just sensational. Wow, this looks so nice. You gotta love that wing flex. Right, we continue to climb. Everything is looking good. This work with the stable version, not working with actually, it's Raphael, welcome aboard. It's actually the other way around. It works only with the dev version. Hello, Locust, welcome aboard. Right, transition altitude. Standard barrow set. 10,000 feet. Landing lights off. And we'll leave the seatbelt sign on auto. The clouds are looking really good. There was an update. I'm not sure if the update is related to that. There was an update to bringing MS-24 to the latest version with a bunch of bug fixes. But the clouds are actually looking pretty nice today. Hello from Russia. Welcome aboard, my friend. And here is a nice wing view for you guys. overall, I have done several flights now with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and I would have to say that the performance is far better than 2020, even on release. Yeah, we still get those blurry textures, but what I actually found out is that the streaming of world data is not the same everywhere in the sim. So there are some areas where it looks absolutely stunning, and there are some areas where it looks really, really bad. And that just depends on the data that is being streamed. And I think some of the hand crafted areas look better than others. So yeah, sometimes it looks really, really good. Sometimes it looks, not so good. The same can go. I can say the same thing about the clouds, but overall, much, much more stable platform than its predecessor, and hasn't really crashed so far. Touch wood. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, it's been behaving very, very well. Right, we continue our climb to 39,000 feet. Here's our top of climb right there. Let me show you, just if you look outside, here things are actually looking pretty good today. You can see it there far in the distance that it doesn't actually look very good. And you can see it right there as well. So, yeah, the ground textures not so great, especially for some areas in the sim look really, really phenomenal, and some do not look all that great. The cloud surf is still not close to realism. No, they are not. Yeah, they need work, definitely. But nonetheless, I am very optimistic that 2024 will get there eventually. Does anyone know how to install it on FS24? Which version is working dev? I will show you that, Raphael, in just a little while. If you can stick around, I will definitely show you that once we arrive. Another thing that you'll notice is with the FCR for the flight control replay, if you intend to record the A380, do not minimize it. Once it opens, do not minimize it or close it, because if you do, you will not be able to restore it, and so you'll get stuck. That's another caveat while flying the A380 in the sim. So just be aware that that might be a problem for you if you attempt it. So we are looking good. Currently climbing to our cruise altitude of 39,000 feet. All is looking good. And if we take a quick glance at the weather conditions at Sydney, again 267 knots, 220, scattered clouds, visibility is good, 267, that's fine. Yeah, temperature's 24, so nothing really concerning as we continue our journey to Sydney. We should be there in less than an hour from now. In fact, if I look at the time here, yeah, we should be there in about 40 minutes or less. Asobo advised to empty the community file before updating. Have you done it? No, I have not done it. They always have that. They've always had this comment that some things in the community folder might conflict. I don't have that many things in the community folder as of yet. I do have the COWS DA from the COWS Diamond aircraft, which appears to be working very, very well. And I've installed some of the scenery available in my Orbex account. So some of the scenery is already compatible with 2024. So I have very, very few things in the community folder. Nothing that I would think can, cause issues. So I haven't had any issues with the update. It went through very smoothly, and so all is good so far. Right, continue the climb here, and here is a engine view for you guys. Another thing that I've noticed is if you look at the mountainous area in this sim across the board, they absolutely look gorgeous. It's just that the ground textures don't look so well. Not always, but sometimes. You can see here. For example, if you fly somewhere around the Grand Canyon, it looks just gorgeous. And for some reason, not every part of the world, looks as good as that. I really don't know why. They said it is regarding the load time. Load time. I don't know. It could be. But they have got to... I mean, this looks really good. I mean, look at that, guys. This looks really, really good. Every time you'll see a mountain, try to go to PAVD or Valdez in Alaska, and it's just really, really gorgeous. Toast Ninja 420, welcome aboard. Hence why the press demo was sent in the Grand Canyon. Yeah, they're smart, huh? Yeah. A lot of the footage that they've shown obviously is shown in areas where the scene or the scenery is handcrafted probably, or they've sent the streaming data to another server or something, because in some areas when you fly it just looks absolutely gorgeous, and in some other areas it looks really bad. And it's the same internet connection, so yeah. There's still a lot of work to do for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, but it is very promising, I have to say. Tell you what, guys, if you can get me to 100 likes, I will be very, very grateful, because it really does help the channel. So I appreciate if you can smash that like button and show some love for Q8. All right. So we continue now to climb to 39,000. We can actually set up our arrival data if we go to the perf, and we go to the approach, and we bring up our friendly Navigraph charts. Again, Navigraph charts has really become an excellent tool. It's an indispensable tool for flight simulation. All right, weather information, QNH is 1014, mag wind 260 at 7. So let's do 260 and 7. Okay, and that's the headwind and the crosswind. Excellent. The outside temperature is 24 Celsius, and the QNH is 1011. And then we need runway 34 left, so we're going to go to our charts and select the approach. From the approach, we are going to go to 34 left. We're going to bring up the chart here, and we are interested in this number here, which is 206. So 206, enter that, and we are all done with our arrival setup. Right, 1,000 to go. We're almost there at our cruise altitude. All is looking good. The aircraft is very well behaved today, thank God. Do I have to drop it in my COM folder? So you don't. So with the A380, you don't have to drop it in your COM folder. I recommend that you use the FlyByWire installer to install it, and I will show you just how to do that. In fact, guys, I know a lot of you are asking, so let me see if I can run the FlyByWire installer while we are running the sim. It looks like yes, we can. All right. So all you need to do, folks, to install the Fly-by-Wire into Flight Sim 2024 is go to the settings, and you will find in the settings, let me see here, there. If you go to download, it says MSFS Community Directory, and as you can see, I've pointed it to my community folder of my 2024 community folder. Okay, and by default it's not there, so this is my setup. I've set it up so that it points that my community folder is here. I created there. And if you don't know how to do this, I can show you. Just let me know in chat if you want me to show you how to change the the community folder location, because this is where I have MSFS installed. This is an SSD, especially for Microsoft Flight Sim. There is nothing other than Microsoft Flight Sim in this SSD. So that's why I pointed everything to be installed here. That's all you need to do to be able to install, and then just simply come here and install the development version. Now I'm using the 4K just because I'm using frame generation, so it's best that you use the 4K version if you are using frame generation, as it says here. Alright, so for those of you who do not know how to move the folder, first of all, let me very quickly show you here. So if you go to MSFS, you'll find that I've created, this folder is something I've created, MSFS 2024, and you'll see that the community folder now has my A380 here. It's got some Orbex, the Phoenix aircraft, and so on and so forth, the Cows DA42. So those are things that I've installed for the sim. Okay. Now, if you want to change the location, you can go to here. All right. So you go to your app data folder, and then you go to local. From local, you're going to go to packages, and then you're going to search for something called Microsoft dot. Limitless. There you go. Microsoft.limitless underscore whatever, right? The whatever you used to see in the previous. So Microsoft.limitless is where you want to go. Click on that, and then you will find the local cache folder. In the local cache folder, there is a user.cfg file. If you click the file and scroll all the way down, you'll find installed packages path. This path needs to point to the path where your community folder is located. Now, once you do this and you run Microsoft Flight Sim, it will automatically create the community folder and the official store, all the folders you saw in my community folder will automatically be created there. This, by default, will point to something here on app data, local packages, somewhere there. So you want to just change this here, and you're in business. That's all you need to do to make this work and change the community folder location to a different location. Here again, this is what I'm talking about. Again, if you can see here, the mountains look great. The scenery here looks so nice, but the textures somewhere here, they don't just look that great. Anywhere there are mountains, you can see that it looks just gorgeous. I have to say. Here, let's put in a wing view there for you. And there you have it. Now you are able to install everything into... You are able to install the FlyByWire into Flight Sim 2024, and you can also change the location of your community folder to any place of your choosing on your PC. When I launched the A380, my cockpit textures are missing. Any possible solution? Harsh Kumar, welcome aboard. Is that on 2024 or is that on 2020? Now, the only thing I can think of is that maybe your VRAM is not sufficient, and maybe you're using the 8K version. Yes, 2024. So, Harsh, I recommend that you, first of all, use the development branch of the A380 and use the 4K version, not the 8K. It might be that your, VRAM cannot support, the 8K textures. This is a really nice scene. Look at that, guys. Abby ABZ, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Will you be flying the Just Fly Piper Turbo or Torque Sim BN2 soon? I'm thinking of buying them. Abby, if you can wait until Saturday, this coming Saturday, I will be flying the Torque Sim BN2 Islander, and we're going to be doing this over some really nice Orbex scenery, so stay tuned for that. It's coming this coming weekend. No worries, Harsh. You're most welcome, my friend. All right, let's take a look here. And this is really nice. You can see here over Australia. Very, very nice. The A380 is just such an iconic aircraft. Just look at how beautiful it looks. And I'm happy to report that in terms of performance, much better. Let me bring up the frame counter. Alright, so here we are getting about 90, let me go to the cockpit. So in the cockpit right now we're getting about, what, 86, 85, 87. It gets to actually 100. In some locations it's a little less, but with frame generation, I mean here we're getting up, jumping up to the 90s. It actually is very good in terms of performance. So I'm pretty happy with how it performs in 2024. All right, so what is here? Parking brake is set. All right, we'll unset it. There we go. All right, so if we come down here and we look, TD is at 118 nautical miles, so not much longer to go. Plane overpowered. Hello, how did you get it to work? Toasted Ninja. Well, I've just shown you guys how to make it work in 2024. So just follow the tips that I provided, and you should be fine. Any links for frame gen for 2024? That I'm not aware of because I have frame generation natively. I have a 4090. So I think with any 4 series card, you'll be able to use frame gen. But yeah, I know there is a tweak for the frame gen mod for 2020. I'm not sure if it works in 2024. But by all means, you can go ahead and try it. But I don't use it, so I really don't know. Those engines, wow. Here's the other side. Those wings on the 380 are just, I think they're the best looking wings ever. They just look so, so nice. Any plans to fly the A400 for MSFS 2024? Ryan, I tried to fly it. For some reason, it just doesn't move on the ground. It could be something wrong that I'm doing, but I tried so many things. It is a very nice looking plane, I have to say, by any builds. But yeah, I wasn't able to steer it on the ground, and I tried several things. Check that wing flex. Did you guys just see that? The wing flex is done so well on this aircraft. It looks just really, really nice. Do you have a camera setup tutorial? Really been looking for one. I don't, but I'm planning on doing tutorials for 2024. And the camera system in 2024 is... it's counterintuitive, yes, and I don't know why they've changed the keyboard mappings in this version of the sim. Very, very confusing, especially for those who are very accustomed to using 2020 keyboard shortcuts. It's really annoying, but you get used to it, and yeah, I've gotten used to it for sure. I'll show you a few things once we are on the ground, perhaps. Especially the drone camera. The drone camera is very confusing in this version. the shortcuts, that is. No worries there, Ishtiaq. You can use the old 2020 keyboard settings if you want. Yes, you can change that from the settings. You're right. Yes. The quality of the A400 makes me excited for the A350. Well, I can tell you right off the bat that the A350 will be much higher quality than the A400. Any builds are known for creating high fidelity aircraft. Whether for X-Plane, their flagship product when they started. It's very unfortunate that they've completely abandoned X-Plane. But yeah, they do create some very high quality aircraft for flight sim. You know, folks, I've been really contemplating getting the new Virtual Fly Yoko Neo. It is very expensive. It's about $1,400, but I am just really tempted to get it, try it out, and let you guys know, of course, what I think. It looks like it's worthwhile. It looks like I'm gonna treat myself to something nice and go ahead and get it. They have a range of really nice products that are coming out there. A lot of them are on pre-order at the moment, but Virtual Fly are known for creating very high quality flight sim hardware. So I'm really itching to to treat myself to some of their newer hardware. Right, we are looking good, and we are approximately 73 nautical miles from top of descent. Things are looking good, and the scenery is actually looking pretty nice. The clouds don't look so good now. It was looking much better when we departed Melbourne, and you can tell the delivery needs updating. It was the Qantas writing there is a bit kind of blunt. As if it's kind of washed out a little bit. But, yeah. Right. So. The A380 works. And they do have, by the way, Navigraph as well. So if you go here, you can connect to your Navigraph account. I still haven't connected it. I like their EFB. You've got your presets there, so you can, load them, the interior lighting presets to save and load. You've got obviously your flight plan. The click spots are not correct. There we go. So you have the OFP, or you can click here for an overview, which is pretty cool. And if you are familiar with the A320, this is pretty much the same stuff. And from the settings, you are able to calibrate your joystick and flight controls. Very nicely done. There we go. All right. So, yeah, overall, I think FlyByWire has lived up to the promise, though it took many years to develop this A380. And by the way, there are still a lot of systems that are not simulated, but definitely the very best A380 we have for a flight sim today, that's for sure. When outside view near engines, we cannot hear you at all. Oh, really? Is it that loud? Oh, sorry, guys. You could have let me know earlier, Alex. Well, thanks for letting me know. Let's bring this back here a little bit. There we go. That might be a little better. So if I go now, maybe now you can hear me. Here's a test. Maybe now you can. I don't know. Let me know if you do. Much better. Excellent. Hey Q8, nice to see you back again. I already missed seeing your videos, and even more when it comes to sim. You are one of the best. Well, thank you very much for your kind words there. I appreciate it, my friend. The latest patch isn't the big patch. That's next week. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. I think your mic needs to be a tad louder. Ooh, you are right. There we go. No, that's not it. My mic is... Yeah, all right. So the mic there. All right. So maybe now it's better. Needs to be a tad louder, but this is better already. All right, perfect. Yeah, I just had to reduce the volume on the speakers. So there we go. All right, so we can see already the top of descent. Now, one thing I'm tempted to try, excuse me, is to add a. You cannot add. All right, let's see here. So there is no way to add a fix. Huh. Airway, delete. Yeah, there's definitely no way to add a fix. All right, that's all right. Okay, if we look here, we are 32 nautical miles from top of descent. So I'm going to go back to our Navigraph charts, and we're going to take a quick look here to see the platform altitude, which is 3,000. We're going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,000 feet. There we go, 3,000 is set. And we're going to also turn on the landing system on both sides. And we will begin our descent shortly to Sydney. All right. How about that? The wing flex is just, I really am really impressed with the wing flex. It looks so realistic. I actually almost canceled the stream today. I was feeling very, very tired after work. It's been a very long day. But then I said, you know what, I'm not going to let you guys down. And I kind of pushed myself, and definitely enjoying being with you guys. Well, I'm staying with FS 2020 for the moment, since I'll be waiting for some update or patch out of the blue, since... yeah, a lot of people haven't been able to enjoy 2024 for one reason or the other, including, you know, blurry textures, crashes. I've heard numerous things about, you know, people having issues. You know, thankfully, I haven't had these issues so far with the sim. I've made my performance NVIDIA control panel changes, and I've also, by the way, changed DLSS. So very quickly, I have the... All right. So with the DLSS swapper, if I can bring it on without breaking things, you will notice here that now it has updated. So it's changed to 2.4.12. But I recommend that you switch to 3.8.10. I will do that right after this stream. There was an update yesterday, a patch, and so it reverted back to the original DLSS version. But with this version, 3.8.10, I actually noticed significant performance gains in terms of FPS, in terms of smoothness of gameplay. So I highly, highly recommend it. Good evening, Mr. Shakir Hashlan, my very dear friend from Saudi Arabia. Welcome aboard. Do you think the GPS line is not thick enough in the FBW A380 compared to the Phoenix? I found it rather small. I'm not a real world airline pilot, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, I really don't know, but it looks fine to me. All right, I think we better begin the descent. There we go. I think we missed the top of descent, but here we are. We are descending now. There we go. Just probably right on the dot. Right, should be an interesting approach. The approach at runway 34 left at Sydney is a very nice approach. And we're going to make a small turn, so let me show you here. Let me go to plan. And we're just going to go down. All right, you see that little... Here, let me change this. Okay, so coming down here and making the turn towards C and coming back to the airport creates for a really, really nice approach into Sydney. So, yeah, stick around for that. It's really, I promise you that it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful approach into Sydney, runway 34 left. CMDR Recar, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Any chance we see a flight with the newest BAE 146 for X-Plane 12? I'm very interested in this aircraft. Is there a BAE 146 for X-Plane 12? I really am not sure. Did they release, the Just Flight release the BAE 146? Maybe. I don't know. There was an email from Just Flight, which I haven't seen yet. So you might be right there. I really don't know, but I will check it out. I know there is 146, the new one, or the RJ for Microsoft Flight Sim, which recently came out, but I will definitely take a look. I'm testing the A380 right now. It has gone a lot better on performance. Yes, Captain Shaker, here is another confirmation, guys, for you on the performance in 2024, that it's much, much better than 2020. And so, again, testament to the optimizations that Asobo and Microsoft have brought into this new platform. I still honestly can't think why. I cannot understand why they haven't optimized 2020. But, you know, I'm happy that we have a new sim that is optimized, at least a lot better than 2020. This is an insider build? No, sir. It's not an insider build. They don't officially support FS24. That is true. But actually, Captain, I'm still in 2020. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry about that. They are not officially supporting it, but you can use the development version. The development version works in 2024. So if you want to try it at your own risk, you are more than welcome to do so. Just be sure not to start the aircraft on the runway, because it will load without the landing gear. I think it's the nose gear that will not load, and so the aircraft will sink into the ground. So always make sure that you start it at the tarmac from cold and dark. That's the only thing I can tell you. The flight control replay doesn't work very well with it either. One thing I don't understand right now when moving to FS24 is which add-ons are compatible, which ones are, and which ones aren't. Well, if there isn't an official statement from the developer telling you that the add-on is compatible, then assume that it is not. That's the easiest way. There's, by the way, a lot of aircraft that I purchased from the marketplace that have been made available now in my account, and they are not compatible still with the sim. But they haven't asked me if I wanted to load them or not. I just wake up and you know, everything's there. So there we go. Now this, I have to say, looks really nice, minus the clouds up here. How about that, guys? Looks really good. Yeah. The texturing on this A380 is just out of this world. So well done. In fact, I don't think I've seen anything this detailed in the past for Microsoft Flight Sim. Just so well done. Very nicely done. QA Pal, if you're looking for a new yoke, you can wait 6 months. I highly recommend looking at Purple Controls. Yes, they are very good. They make high quality customizable products. It'll be cheaper than Yoko Neo. Yes, you are probably right. I can wait 6 months for sure, but I'm not sure, you know, what they have. I need to know what they're going to come up with if I'm going to wait that long. Can I ask off-topic question for YouTube videos? When you are eligible to earn, do you get pay every month for the new views and subscribers only on the previous one? Well, say Toga, completely off topic, but I'll answer you. So on YouTube, you earn based on the views, not subscribers. You will earn more if the person viewing your video is a YouTube Red or a Premier, so meaning somebody who's paid not to watch ads. So those, they call them YouTube Red. And normally what happens is you can set a certain threshold for the payments. So you could say, when my account reaches, let's say, $100, make the payment. If you are in the US, you can have the payment made by check or to your PayPal account or by money transfer. If you are outside the US, it largely depends on what payment methods are available for you in that specific country. So the threshold for the payment is something that you set. Normally, you don't want it to set it too low because there are charges sometimes imposed by your bank if you are getting paid by wire transfer. So it is always recommended that you set the threshold to somewhere between $500 and above. And once it reaches that limit, you get paid. YouTube tries to pay as little as possible. Yes, they take a lot of the earnings for themselves. So yeah. Have a look at their Kickstarter page. I have backed their new yoke and can't wait. It has 3 different toe grips to choose from. Well, Abby, thank you very much for that. I will definitely check it out. In the meantime, we are descending towards Sydney. We are at 21,000 feet, and the transition altitude in Sydney is 11,000 feet. So we are looking good. This is a really very nice looking scene here. Look at that, guys. Wow. Look at those colors. Very nice looking scene here as we approach Sydney. Yes, sir. YouTube is payment taxable, for sure. Without a doubt. How much data does the sim pull, and how bad does it look at slow speeds? It looks horrible at slow speeds. So if you have less than 100 megabits per second connection, the sim is not going to look good at all. I will tell you that right off the bat. Swim Climb, welcome aboard. Just joined the stream. So did FBW just make this A380 available for? No, they did not make it available for 2024. As a matter of fact, it is officially not supported. But if you are brave, you can try it. You can try the development version of the aircraft. Try the 4K. Don't go for the 8K because it's just too much maybe for most graphic cards. And if you're using frame gen, it can cause some issues for you. So I highly recommend the 4K version, the development version, and you should be able to enjoy the A380 in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We stream and upload to YouTube for the community. The profits are too low to be considered. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. I don't even look at it, to be honest. Yeah, it's not. I mean, so I know some people live off of YouTube and they make a very good living creating content on YouTube. But for our niche, I don't think that it's possible. Maybe it is for some content creators. I don't know. But for me, I do this for fun, guys. I do this for you, to share the passion with you guys and, you know, provide as much information that is useful for the community. And I hope that so far, after 9 years or so, that I'm still doing a good job, I hope. I use the 4K version 2020, but it's cool to see it's working 24. Yeah, so far, working without incident, looking good, much better performance than, yeah, we're at 15,000, looking good. Let's take a look here at the outside real quick. Wow, look at this scene. Now, guys, one thing very quickly, if we are to record our approach and landing, we're going to have to keep FCR open. So I'll just put it here on the side, and we'll do the replay so that we can see actually the replay afterwards, after we land. YouTube takes a 50%, then you get, yeah, then you get income tax. If you'd stream every euro I make, I'd be lucky if you could keep 25 cents. I think it's 60-40, Alex, for YouTube. How do you find the Tolos A330? Is the cockpit modeling on par with the Phoenix? No, it's not at par with the Phoenix, but it's an amazing aircraft in terms of the depth of system simulation. I'm going to extend the speed brake here. Looks like we're going through a clouds here, some clouds, very cloudy right now. But definitely in terms of the modeling, the Phoenix wins no contest when it comes to the visuals with the Tolos. All right. So we are getting now down to 10,000 feet. We're still looking good. All right. We can retract the speed brakes. And we're getting up to 10,000 feet. So we're going to turn on our landing lights. Let's turn on the wing lights as well. Why not? And fasten seatbelt signs can go on. Look at the volumetric lighting here. Standard reference, it was 10, what was it, 11? 10, no, we want the weather. Yes, that's exactly right. So 1011. There we go. Let me use the speed brake to expedite our speed, the descent, the reduction of our speed to 250 knots. And look at those. Wow, look at that, guys. Now that is something. Wow. I have to say, I'm totally in love with this A380. Look at the lights. Look at the details there. Look at that. That looks really good, I have to say. All right, there we go. Let's arm the speed brake. And we're going to set the auto brakes to 2. Everything's looking good. Is lighting all default? Yes, the lighting is all default, and it looks absolutely sensational. Very, very nice. You can see the strobes there again as we go through the clouds. They look very good. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get through the clouds and we'll be able to see the nice approach into runway 34 left at Sydney. We can also see the city lights there as we go below the clouds. Are there any improvements in the windshield rain effects? Yes, they are a lot better than 2020. That's for sure. Right, we're going to switch to 20. Right, there we go. We're looking good. This is very immersive, I have to say. Visually, it just is really stunning. Very nice. There we go. Reduce that a little bit so that it's not too bright. Right, 7,400 for 3,000. We're looking good. How about that, ladies and gents, for immersion? Wow. Now that is some wing view there. Oh, as V1 always says, juicy. Now that is juicy, I have to say. Thank you, Arco. Appreciate it, my friend. I obviously need a top flight gaming PC. This looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very nice. Right, we're looking good. Continue the descent to 3,000. Hopefully there are just not that many clouds as we approach Sydney, because yeah, it's just really a very, very nice nice approach. So it looks like it is raining. All right, let me just try one thing, guys. There, because I don't want the runways to be too bright. All right, so let's see. There we go. That's better. All right, so we are coming down. I've changed the time a little bit, guys, so a little bit of a cheat there. Just because I don't like the runway lights at night in Microsoft Flight Sim. They're too bright and they just ruin the experience. So yeah, we'll keep it there. All right, so we are almost there now. As we begin the turn here, we will activate the approach and we will begin configuring the aircraft for the arrival. At 1,000 feet, we will disconnect the autopilot and hand fly the aircraft to the runway, and hopefully I'll remember to turn on FCR, or flight controlled replay, so that you guys can enjoy the external view while we land. Now again, just a quick caveat for you guys: if you are going to try and fly the A380 in 2024, FCR doesn't work very well yet, so if you click it, just make sure you keep it open, do not minimize it, otherwise it will just pause and you'll not be able to recover. So yeah, all right, we're almost there now. 4,600 for 3,000. We're looking good. Here is our turn, and what I'll do now is I'm going to come here to perf. All right, and we're going to activate the approach, confirm the approach. Yep, there we go. We're looking good. Reducing the speed. Right, let me use the. Let me just reduce our speed here real quick. It is raining. I'm not sure if it's raining in Sydney. There isn't anyone here from Australia to let us know. Why is it? Why is it not? Auto flight off. Well. All right, let's do this. Let's bring this back up. doesn't want to for some reason it does not want to start the autopilot. All right, autopilot on again and off. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, let's give it some speed here. Why does it do this at the very end? All right, let's see here. No, doesn't want to do that. I really am. So this is something, by the way, to expect. Yeah. I mean, you should expect something like this to happen, as it is not supported. But we'll try to recover. Let me see if we can. I tell you guys, I've done several flights so far with the aircraft, and it was just fine. But that's okay. All right, so here's what we'll do. I'm gonna go to flaps full, and let's cancel the master caution. All right. Let's see if we can recover. I don't see anything at all. But, yeah. Let's lower the landing gear. We're going to still attempt to land. But maybe not. I really am not sure what the aircraft is doing right now. But that's what you get for flying an aircraft that isn't supported, yeah? Yeah, but I'm still hopeful that we can put it on the ground safely. All right. I haven't given up yet. All right. If I come here, at least we have some guidance. All right. You know what? Let's do this. Let me go to recording, and we'll just leave this here. That's 34 left.
Yeah. 2,500.
Definitely the aircraft has done some strange things. Again, not a supported version, guys. So that these things are expected. Nonetheless, you know, we're going to attempt to bring the aircraft down on the runway. There is definitely
Don't sink. Don't sink.
All right, we won't sink.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
1,000.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Now it has gone crazy.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Wow.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
40.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Well, we still made it. Wow. You know how many times I've done like 3 flights on the A380,
Auto brake off.
and they all went so well. And now when I came to actually stream it for you guys, you know, it's just started acting really, really strange. But anyway, we have the recording. We'll take a look at the replay in just a second. The good thing is we did save the aircraft. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so we are safe here. I'm going to bring the aircraft to a stop, and we are going to give it a test. All right, so let me say stop here. So we'll stop the recording and then play. All right, and here we go. Ooh. Let me put this up here. All right. Let's go to the little bit towards the... There we go. There. It can be the weather conditions, so I'm not sure what happened to the aircraft. As large overhead bins spilled champagne. Yeah, definitely needs some improvement. The flight modeling is, again, it's a beta, so, you know, you fly it at your own risk. Wow. Yeah, I really don't know what happened there with the autopilot. Just all aircraft systems went berserk right before we... well, we can see the air brakes. They do deploy. The speed brakes. Look at those flaps. There you go. Those are the final moments before we landed. Oh well. It does work. Doesn't work that well. Blaming MSFS instead of plane developers is silly. No, that's definitely... I don't blame either the developer or the sim. The fact of the matter is, we are flying an unsupported version of the aircraft for the sim, so we can't really blame any of them for this. That's completely something that I tried at my own risk, and unfortunately we haven't been very successful. I've done 3-4 flights with the A380 in the past few days, and they all went very, very well. Same route, same aircraft, same everything. Just, you know, this time around it decided that it's not going to work. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and hopefully in the next episode we'll be able to fly it successfully. But until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in this evening, and bye-bye for now.